So you may have seen my 360 and PS3 comparison video, and there were a lot of facts I did not get straight on that video. Major one is the resolution on the TV. I said 1080p means 1080 pixels per square inch. That'd be great, but it's not right. It's 1080 pixels up and down the side of the screen. So I'm not going to get too factual in this video, but I just wanted to thank everyone for all the comments, even though 90% of them are negative. Constructive criticism is good, like when you say, I don't like the PlayStation 3 because I'm used to the games with 360. Okay, that's a valid reason. But then some people are like, PS3 sucks. And that's the end of the comment. It's not really helpful to me if that's all I know. Okay, PS3 sucks. Why does it suck? What don't you like about it? And I say that sometimes and people don't respond. So that's a little annoying. So about the graphics, lots of people are saying that the PS3's graphics suck. And they're just going by vision. They look at the graphics, they don't like them. They look at the 360's graphics, it looks fantastic. Okay, people tend to prefer the graphics of their favorite console. You know, you want to claim the graphics are better, but they're not going on factual stuff. Now, 1080p for both consoles, for a lot of games. About the same percentage for both. Not all of them are 1080p, in fact, most of them are probably 720. Now, the PS3 supports I resolution, like 1080i. That means if you've got an HDTV and you put in Warhawk, which is 720i, it will show up normally. It'll be, you know, wide. Actually, Warhawk is 720p. But if you have a flat screen, and you put an I game only for the 360, it's not compatible and it'll stretch out everything, it'll look distorted. And that, if it has P resolution, then it looks fine. But still, that's a major flaw in the graphics. And also, it's 60 frames per second for the PS3, so everything looks really smooth. I don't know the frames per second for the 360, so I'm not going to quote that. But the graphics of the PS3 are far superior. It uses 1.3 HDMI output, whereas the 360 Elite uses 1.2. Just a bit better, but it still counts. As far as games go, I prefer the games for the PS3 because I've been playing them a long time. Ratchet & Clank, Star Wars Battlefront, of course that went over to the 360. Sort of stinks. Warhawk, never played Warhawk 1 for the PS1, but Warhawk is a fantastic game of the Burnout series, Dynasty Warriors. So, anyway, PS3 has a ton of great games, and people don't really look at that. They don't care about the games, they don't think they're that good because they're not into those series. Warhawk is an amazing game if you've played it. It's far better than Halo in my opinion. It's like Halo on a bigger scale. Different weapons, not quite as futuristic, but that's sort of a good thing. You know, you can sort of relate to it. It looks like World War II. Anyway, PS3 has tons of great games. There's even more coming out this spring. People say it doesn't have enough games. Of course it doesn't have as many games as 360. PS3 is a newer console. Do you expect them to release twice as many games all at once? They can't do that. It's newer, takes a while to develop games, and it is not harder for them to develop for the cell processor. In fact, they say it's just as easy as any other game. Although it is still higher quality thanks to the cell processor. So, that's about it. I will do a more factual video in a few weeks or so. I want to get all my facts straight. Another comparison video. So, I really screwed up on the first one. Second one, technical issues was okay. Oh yeah, and that's one more thing I wanted to cover. Technical issues. When I'm arguing with people about the 360, and I tell them 1 every 3 has a problem, usually a fatal issue with 360, they say, so what? So what? So what? Your console doesn't work. You paid $300 for it, and then an extra $100 for wireless internet. There goes $400. I don't know how many games you have. So one of the common problems is you put in a game, and it says, please put this disc into a 360 console. Apparently, your 360 doesn't know it's a 360 console. Why would they program that into there? Maybe they put it into the disc, so if you put a DVD player by accident or something, it says, please put this in a 360. But no, that comes up on your console instead. And of course, there's the red ring of death. Everyone knows about that. If three sectors are lit up, your console is broken. You send it to Microsoft. You get a new broken one a few months later. You send that in again. You get another broken one. And actually, at this point, most of the time, they refuse to fix your console. They claim it's not their policy. Also, the laser tends to pop up and scratch the disc continuously. And your game is destroyed. Again, not their policy to fix things that they broke. That's real mature then. So PS3, no technical issues. It does not overheat. It is pretty warm. I said it was cold in the last video. Now that I have one, it does get pretty warm when you're playing. You can put your hand on the side and feel warm air coming out. Not sure how it works with 360, but the heating system is horrible for 360. Overheats way too much. PS3, basically no technical issues. Froze for me once online. That's because our internet went down. That's different. Other than that, console's perfect. So the PS3 really just beats the 360 in every category. Games is debatable, but memory, okay, it's got less memory, but it's got all those memory card ports, so you can easily put your game data onto another memory card. Or, when you title one game, you delete it, and then fill that space with another game data. So, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope I cleared things up a little bit, and I will post a completely factual video in a few weeks or so. So, thanks for watching. Maybe I changed your mind.